Welcome, young athlete. Today we explore calories and macros scientifically. Understanding nutrition is like building a strong, stable foundation slowly. Calories represent energy, the fuel your body uses for survival. Every movement, breath, and heartbeat requires a certain amount of energy. If you eat more energy than needed, your body stores it. If you eat less energy than needed, your body uses stored reserves. This is the fundamental principle behind weight gain and fat loss. But calories alone are not enough for optimal performance and health. We must understand macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Each macro plays a unique and essential role in your body. Protein supports muscle repair, growth, and enzyme production. Carbohydrates provide quick energy, especially during intense training sessions. Fats support hormones, brain function, and long-term energy storage. Now, let us calculate your daily calorie needs step by step. First, we estimate your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. BMR represents calories your body burns at complete rest. It includes breathing, organ function, and cellular processes. A common formula used is the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation. It considers your weight, height, age, and biological sex. After calculating BMR, we adjust for activity level. This gives us total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE. TDEE represents the total calories you burn daily. Now we align calories with your personal goal. For fat loss, create a moderate calorie deficit. For muscle gain, create a slight calorie surplus. For maintenance, match intake closely to your TDEE. Avoid extreme deficits or surpluses. They disrupt physiology. Next, we divide calories into macronutrients strategically. Let us begin with protein, the muscle-building nutrient. Protein intake depends on activity level and training intensity. A general range is 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram. Higher protein supports recovery and preserves lean muscle mass, especially important during calorie deficits for fat loss. Now let us discuss fats, often misunderstood, but essential. Fats support hormone production, including testosterone and estrogen. They also aid vitamin absorption and cellular health. Recommended fat intake is around 20 to 30% calories. Too low fat intake can negatively affect hormone balance. Finally, we assign remaining calories to carbohydrates. Carbohydrates fuel training and replenish muscle glycogen stores. They are especially important for high-intensity exercise performance. More training volume usually requires higher carbohydrate intake. Now, let us convert macros into actual calorie values. Protein provides 4 calories per gram consumed. Carbohydrates also provide 4 calories per gram. Fats provide 9 calories per gram, more energy dense. Using these values, we calculate total macro distribution. This ensures your diet supports both performance and recovery. Remember, precision improves results, but consistency builds success. Slow, steady progress always outperforms extreme short-term efforts. Now, let us apply this knowledge to a practical example. Imagine a person weighing 70 kilograms with moderate activity. First, we estimate their daily calorie needs using TDEE. Suppose their TDEE is approximately 2,200 calories. If the goal is fat loss, we reduce calories slightly. A safe deficit is around 300 to 500 calories. So daily intake becomes roughly 1,800 calories. Now we calculate protein based on body weight. Using 2 grams per kilogram gives 140 grams. Protein calories equal 140 multiplied by 4. That equals 560 calories from protein daily. Next, we determine fat intake based on percentage. Let us choose 25% of total calories. 25% of 1,800 equals 450. Divide fat calories by 9 to get grams. That results in approximately 50 grams of fat daily. Now we assign remaining calories to carbohydrates. Total calories minus protein and fat gives remaining energy. 1,800 minus 1,010 equals 790. Divide carbohydrate calories by 4 to find grams. This gives approximately 198 grams of carbohydrates. Now we have a complete macro plan for fat loss. Protein, 140 grams. Fat, 50 grams. Carbs, 198 grams. Notice how protein remains high to preserve lean tissue. Carbohydrates are moderate to support training performance. Fats remain adequate for hormonal and cellular function. Now, let us adjust for a muscle gain scenario. Instead of deficit, we add a small calorie surplus, typically around 200 to 300 extra calories daily. This supports muscle growth without excessive fat accumulation. Protein remains similar, around 1.6 to 2 grams. Fats stay within healthy range to support hormone balance. Additional calories usually come from carbohydrates for training energy. This increases glycogen storage and workout performance. Now, let us discuss nutrient timing briefly. Total daily intake matters more than exact meal timing. However, timing can slightly improve performance and recovery. Consume protein evenly across meals for optimal synthesis. Include carbohydrates before and after training sessions. This supports energy availability and glycogen replenishment. Do not neglect hydration. It affects performance significantly. Water supports circulation, temperature regulation, and nutrient transport. Now let us consider individual variability in metabolism. Two people with same stats may require different calories. Factors include genetics, activity, stress, and sleep quality. Therefore, tracking progress is essential for fine-tuning. Adjust calories gradually based on real-world results. Avoid drastic changes as they disrupt adaptation processes. Consistency over weeks matters more than daily fluctuations. The body adapts slowly, like a turtle progressing forward. Now let us explore common mistakes in calorie calculations. Many beginners underestimate portion sizes and actual intake. This leads to inaccurate tracking and slower progress. Using a food scale improves accuracy significantly over time. Another mistake is ignoring liquid calories in beverages. Sugary drinks can add large amounts of hidden energy. Alcohol also contributes calories without supporting recovery. Next, some people set protein intake too low. This can reduce muscle retention during fat loss phases. Others reduce fats excessively, harming hormonal function. Balance is essential for long-term sustainability and health. Now, let us discuss metabolic adaptation briefly. When dieting, the body reduces energy expenditure gradually. This is a natural survival mechanism against starvation. Therefore, progress may slow over time despite consistency. Small adjustments help overcome these adaptive responses. Increasing activity or slightly reducing calories can help, but always prioritize recovery and avoid excessive restriction. Now let us examine the role of muscle mass. Muscle tissue increases resting energy expenditure slightly. More muscle means higher daily calorie needs over time. Resistance training is key for building and preserving muscle. Combine proper nutrition with progressive overload training. Now consider recovery, often overlooked but critically important. Sleep affects hunger hormones and energy regulation. Poor sleep increases cravings and reduces performance. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Stress management also influences metabolism and eating behavior. Chronic stress can elevate cortisol and disrupt appetite signals. Now let us discuss tracking tools and methods. Apps can simplify logging and provide useful feedback. However, avoid becoming overly obsessive with exact numbers. Flexibility helps maintain long-term adherence and mental balance. Now let us consider refeed and diet break strategies. Short periods of increased calories can support metabolism. They may also improve training performance and mental recovery. These should be planned, not impulsive overeating sessions. Now reflect on long-term sustainability of your nutrition plan. Extreme diets rarely produce lasting results or healthy habits. Choose approaches you can maintain consistently over months. Your body responds best to stable, repeated behaviors. Now let us summarize the key principles learned so far. Calories determine energy balance and weight change direction. Macros determine performance, recovery, and body composition quality. Protein supports muscle, carbs fuel activity, fats regulate hormones. Adjust intake based on goals and monitor progress regularly. Use data, not emotions, to guide your decisions. Be patient Adaptation takes time and consistency. Trust the process, not quick fixes or trends. Slow progress is still progress and often more sustainable. Now let us conclude with practical implementation steps. First, calculate your estimated calorie needs carefully. Second, set a clear goal: fat loss, gain, or maintenance. Third, assign protein intake based on body weight. Fourth, determine fat intake within a healthy range. Fifth, allocate remaining calories to carbohydrates appropriately. Sixth, track intake consistently using reliable tools. Seventh, monitor body weight and performance weekly. Eighth, adjust calories gradually based on real results. Ninth, prioritize sleep, hydration, and recovery strategies. 10th, remain patient and consistent throughout the process. Remember, your body is adaptive, but requires time. Avoid comparing your journey to others excessively. Each individual responds differently due to unique physiology. Now consider building habits rather than chasing perfection. Habits create consistency, which drives long-term transformation. Focus on repeatable actions instead of short bursts of effort. Even small improvements compound significantly over time. Now reflect on your relationship with food and training. Nutrition should support life, not create unnecessary stress. Balance discipline with flexibility to maintain sustainability. Allow occasional indulgences without guilt or overcorrection. Now, let us reinforce the scientific mindset one final time. Observe, measure, adjust, and repeat based on outcomes. This is how athletes optimize performance and physique. Avoid relying solely on trends or unverified advice. Use evidence-based principles as your guiding foundation. Now imagine where you will be after consistent effort. Weeks turn into months, and habits shape your physique. Strength improves, energy stabilizes, and confidence grows steadily. All from understanding and applying simple nutritional principles. Now take your first step and begin tracking today. Start imperfectly, refine gradually, and stay consistent. Remember, perfection is not required for meaningful progress. Only persistence and learning will carry you forward. The turtle wins not by speed, but by consistency. Let your journey be steady, thoughtful, and sustainable. You now hold the tools to guide your nutrition wisely. Use them with patience and respect for your body. Your future self will thank you for today's discipline. Continue learning, adjusting, and refining your approach. Nutrition is a lifelong skill, not a temporary phase. Stay curious, stay consistent, and stay scientifically grounded. Now go forward and apply what you have learned. Build strength, health, and resilience one step at a time. The journey is long, but the results are worth it. Trust yourself and the process you now understand. You are now equipped with knowledge to take control. Move forward steadily, like the wise and patient turtle. And remember, slow progress is still powerful progress.